Right, Hare Krishna. And we'll do a quick small prayer so that will give me enough time to start posting where it is. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yutapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrushabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanshakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patita Nan Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Mahavishnu Goswaminiti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai. Granthraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Nitai Gaur Chandra Prem Anande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Okay, I'm sure all of you can hear me well. Although I'm still uploading things, we can start with our discussion. So today I want to speak about what it means when we perform our bhakti, or bhajana kriya. It is very important that we don't get caught up by anything distraction. You see, whenever we do devotional service, suddenly the whole world becomes an enemy. Well, if it has not become for you, then you are very lucky. Otherwise, for no practical reason, people make you an enemy, and you'll be baffled. Why like this? So, as His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj says, it is nothing else but everybody are victim of Maya. We are also victims of Maya. Don't think we are not. and others as well are victims of Maya. So we can do what we can do. We are not Krishna. We cannot satisfy everybody. But at least our material responsibilities should never be neglected. Material responsibilities should always be performed very diligently. Nobody should point a finger to us to say that this person is not taking care of his family, himself, his material responsibilities, and is just talking Hare Krishna. No, that is not the kind of preaching Srila Prabhupada has taught us. That is not right. And when everybody is satisfied, then as Kali Yuga progresses, only then we will be able to find time to perform our bhakti or bhajana kriya very nicely, very sincerely. So I may be speaking things which are a little offbeat, which are a little technical, but I think for the beginners level too, for any level, this information and these are very important to understand. They don't think this bhakti is going to come to you cheap. Don't think that bhakti is cheap. It is never cheap. Never cheap. And especially when we are encouraging all of you in whatever capacity you have to preach, don't think preaching is going to be that easy. It is not going to be that easy. Because preaching is never easy. And that is the reason why preaching is very, very important to all our sampradaya. Okay. And devotees are a little different, I'll tell you, those not all, some of them. Today, after so many years, I can say after about 2 years, we went to temple, ISKCON Auckland temple. Now, how far is the temple from my home? If you come out of my doorstep, my doorstep of our house, sit in the car and drive up to ISKCON Auckland temple doorstep, it takes 3 minutes. That close. From my home, you can see the Shikhar temple. Yeah, it's a bit away from the city, and we are also away from the city. Yeah, I went there for 2 years. Yeah. So the thing is this, as I say, that yeah, you can go to temple, no problem, but the home is temple too. So we are practicing what we are preaching. Yeah. The thing is this, that when our bhajan kriya is going on smoothly, our difficulties are only our own mind to control, time that we need to do our bhajan. These are luxurious problems. But when you got problems where other people are playing politics against you, then those are not luxurious problems. You see, you understand one thing, that everybody is struggling in this material world, devotees, non-devotees. Today, I met many devotees and some outsiders. So one is what I'll take example of 2 people, who met. So as I entered and I found one lady, I must have seen her about 6 times in my time in the temple. I did not look at her, I did not recognize her. She was a devotee. I didn't recognize her. She was not coming. I said, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. And then I recognized, oh, it's Shiva Vrindavan. He said, yes, I've got added some more weight. I said, no, please don't make that way. But then I met, as I was, the person came and said, Hare Krishna. I look at him. I said, hey, man, he's a mad Russian, He was my old client, Andre, mad Russian he is, I said, oh my God, I didn't recognize you, Actually, I didn't recognize him. He had to introduce me. Hey, remember me? I said, yes, I know, remember you now. Oh my God. He said, first thing he said, you become young, man. That's the very first thing he said, you look young. And I could not, I saw him at the time properly. And I could not tell him, man, you look so old, man, or you changed, completely gone. You're like, what happened? So we got talking. He's the one who would tell me. He calls me Eddie Bhai. He calls me Bhai for some reason. He learned from somewhere. So people know me. By a different name in my business circles. Say Eddie Bhai. I said, oh, how's your wife doing? Chico, right? He said, yeah. We are separated now, 4.5 years. But in business, we are together. I said, okay, whatever. So this is how he introduced me, Many years ago when I met him, he remembered everything what I told him, How he remembered how my Guru Maharaj, he called his friend, come, He said, I told you many years ago that this one Hare Krishna guy told me, amazing thing. He's the man, he told him, pointing to me. He said, he told me once that my Guru in India, he's about to leave the body and he's calling us to go and visit him, all disciples. I was surprised. He said, how is it that somebody is about to leave the body, die, and he knows he's going to die, and when he's going to die? So actually, he went there and he came back. So he met me after he came back. So actually, I met him after we came back, So he said, oh, how is it, how's it, how did it go? He asked me. I said, yeah, you were there. Everything went as per time and all, So he was more surprised. He said, how is it that somebody knows like this? I said, yeah, that's right. And today also I told him the same thing, that it's not for everybody. These are very special personalities. And he was then surprised. He's even now surprised, with it. And this is how he introduced me to his wife, Everybody, my wife is Japanese, I said, okay, yeah. Chico. I said, yeah. Juta Japani. Mera Juta Japani? Yeah, Japani. He's telling me. That song, Mera Juta Japani, it became very famous. This is how he introduced me to his wife. Always he said the same thing. Anyway, my wife is Japanese, The Japanese, Juta Japani. I said, yes. But the thing is, devotees don't look, it's not that they grow younger. No, devotees don't grow younger. Devotees are the same. But the thing is this, that if you are sincerely trying to do sincere devotional service without trying to interrupt your bhakti and interrupting others' bhakti, then you are situated peacefully. I can tell you this. How many of you know of somebody who's interested in other people all the time? Do you know somebody? You raise your hands. In others' business? Yeah. Who else? Only one? Don't know. I can't see you nodding. Just raise your hands. Yeah. But they are very busy in talking about others, dealing about others. And if other people are happily satisfied, man, they are dissatisfied. So, even amongst devotees, this problem is there. Even among these devotees, this problem is there. And people do not understand this, that they are bringing their modes into the modes of other people. So we have to be very careful that when we are trying to remain in mode of goodness and above, we have to be very careful how others do not disturb us. Can please others switch on your cameras, please? I don't want you to come and listen to me and go away. I don't like it. I would like you to at least participate, Show yourself and listen. This is valuable information I give. So please, please. I should not be asking you people, It's wrong. If you need information, you have to share some responsibility too, So this is not this kind of program where one person speaks because he wants to promote his profile, others listen and they go to sleep. That's not the case. Just one second. Right. So, I'm sorry, we're just trying to reconnect my phone here. I think it has started now. Just 1 second, please. Right. Okay. So, there are these, always you will find people who are always interested in other people. And they will be very dissatisfied if you're doing all right. So, they will create something just to stir things. So if you do not know what is the intention behind why they do something, my suggestion to you is do not commit it. Do not commit for it, even in personal life and devotional life also. See, if somebody is talking to you, comes and tells you something, there's an intention. Correct? If somebody does not come and talk to you, there is also an intention. Correct? How many of us know about this truth? Yeah, now it's very simple. Yeah, that's right. You're correct. But how many of you actually implement this in your life? You see, that is the reason why we become victim of anybody and everybody. You see, somebody wants to start something and do something to you, and you have been victimized because you're not thinking properly. Why they do things, why they don't do things. Krishna consciousness is an introspection process. What does it mean? It means that we change our own self. We don't try to change other people. We chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And anybody who is trying to distract us or trying to create disturbance in our bhakti, we quietly move them away. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? This is very important, because the more, if you go to a setting where there are hundreds of people, devotees and people, each and every one of them are at a different level. They've got different relationships, intentions, motivations. Now, unless you know the motivations, you'll be victimized. Could you come and do this service? Help me clean the pot. No, it is very good for you. Come and clean the pot. And it is devotional service. No doubt about it. Next time you come, please clean the pot. Clean the pot. You'll keep cleaning the pot. No, nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly all right. Then you'll understand he actually wants somebody to clean the pot with him to reduce his responsibility. And all this while you thought it is seva. Of course it is seva. Who's saying it is not seva? It is seva. But genuine preaching organizations will not misuse like this. Similarly, at advanced level, people want to create something, do something, create an event. If they don't get response from others, because they want to do it, they'll try to stir things, bring other people inside, create something new, and then add something new and say, yeah, let's see now what happens. This is politics. Now, what happens is this, that this kind of, any kind of one-upmanship or I'll show you business is a disease. It's happening with me. It's happening with you. It'll happen with everybody else. So if you are an association of a devotee who's trying to do one-upmanship, please don't go. That is the reason why we have created this forum of Hare Krishna Weekend. And there are so many, our counselors have got their own teams who meet you regularly, talk to you regularly, speak to you regularly. So association is always there of like-minded devotees. For those who are not accordingly, sorry, there's Srimad is saying something. Okay, she has to leave suddenly. Okay. That's okay, mother. No problem. Thank you very much. Thank you for letting us know regarding your camera. All right. So, one second, please. Okay. Charging. Still there. Sorry, where was I? Can you please tell me? Where was I?
Association from getting association from counselors.
So we are, yeah, that's right. So we are creating a forum. When I saw this so prevalent everywhere, whenever an organization becomes big like ISKCON or any other organization, it becomes quite chaotic. So that is the reason why we wanted to create a tribe of like-minded devotees who are interested only in bhakti. We are not interested in looking at other people or person's business. We are only interested if that person has got some need, some help is needed. To that much we are interested. We are not interested in anything else. Why? Because we are interested in our own bhajan kriya. You see, Srila Prabhupada has created ISKCON, is written in Bhagavatam so many times that we have created ISKCON to give association to people who can become Krishna conscious. But when instead of doing that, people are wasting their time doing petty things, silly things, fundraising, asking for money all the time, asking for seva all the time, nobody will come and say, are you chanting all the time? How do I come to bhava? How do I come to the bhava stage? Oh, Prabhuji, I don't know. Well, read Prabhupada's books, you'll know how to come to bhava stage. Full stop. Prema. This is what you want to do. So what happens is this, that ultimately people get fed up. They're kicked out or you get kicked out. So our Hare Krishna weekend at many levels is a source of shelter to all these kind of devotees who are completely fed up with institutionalized things. So that's why our organization is not institutional. We are institution, it's very decentralized. And so we say that you will be preaching also one day. Now, after so many years, so many devotees are saying we are an education institution. Of course we are. We means ISKCON. We already had. We are 5 years into business, not on the road. So that's why we have got our general group, Hare Krishna Weekend general group. Then we've got beginners program. Then we got intermediate program, or leaders program. Once a devotee moves around, once he comes and graduates himself from general group to beginners group, and beginners group also it's a bit easy going. Beginners group is easy going, We are still, it's a transition phase. But we require people to be participative. And all the tutors will also add. They've got their rights to add, whom not to add. So they're asking questions. And those who are not interested, no problem. You go to general group. Whenever you are interested, you can come back. No problem. You see? And with the intermediate group level also, there is, apart from their examinations, there's a certain percentage on their attendance also, which we not told you. So after that, attendance and examinations, as you move on, and we open up other opportunities with it too. And then we come to the leaders program, which is very different program. That's why you will know the whole gamut of things, what we do, how we do. Our training is different. Association is different. So we have got a very different association. And this is a big, so many regular devotees have told me, Prabhu, you have created an association of devotees, Association means not an organized association meaning in India, we got association meaning what? A trade union or something like that. No. I'm talking association means people can come together and associate with each other. That's what I want to say. And so we really miss it. We really miss it. And they create their own, but it's a bit different. Because unless you grow devotees from zero level, when you bring people from non-devotee level to devotee level, You cannot abruptly start something at, people are already devotees. You cannot work like that. Everyone's thinking is different. So I want all of you to understand this in our beginners program about concepts of Bhagavad Gita, that Bhagavad Gita concepts we are interested in implementing in our lives. They say in the management jargon, you be the change. You want the world to be changing, right? What you want the world to be. Right. Tell me how many, have you heard it? Can you raise your hands, please? Have you heard it? Shushti Mataji, all of you have heard, right? Have you seen somebody doing it? You be the change, what you want the world to be. In organization, have you seen? Think about it. Think about it. Have you seen anybody in organization? No? No one to raise their hands? Right. So here, Hare Krishna weekend, that's exclusively what we do. So what happens is this, even today, while I'm talking to you, there are people who are hell-bent on antagonizing us. Hell-bent meaning they have taken their mission and you won't even know this. All of you won't even know this because you have kept me at bay. You see, there are many, in India, there are many languages and many languages have got many sayings, So in my language, Gujarati, there's a saying which says, "Jya je deshe javu nahi, tya jovu nahi." That means, jis aur jana nahi, us aur dekhna nahi. That means, if you don't want to go somewhere, don't look there also. Tell me, how many of us do this, practice this? Without sense control, we still want to go there. Oh, what is going on? Let me find out. Something must be there. Is it not so? But I can tell you, these are very strong sayings. This saying is in every language. Is it not so? In Hindi also it must be there. Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, all language, Punjabi, English. I don't know if in English this saying is there, but our civilization in India is since antiquity. So there's a very strong message it is given. That means what? If you want peace of mind, if that road is not for you, don't look at it. Just go for your own road. So for that, you require your own road. And you require company to walk along with you in your road. I can lay a bet, if you're not trained enough, you cannot walk alone on your own. If you don't have to look at something else. You will definitely look somewhere else. Look at that place where you don't have to go. I can guarantee you. That Hare Krishna weekend gives you. So today, as I'm talking to you, there are already people trying to create disturbance, getting other people involved. And I'm not looking at them. And I will not look at them. Why? Because I've chosen a path and I've got association of doing it. And we are very busy right now talking about it. This is practical implementation of this point, that where you don't have to go, don't even look there. And even if you want, you may not be perfect enough and you still want to look there, what's going on, let me check. The association which you've got will help you. Am I making this point clear? Is this clear concepts? Sushi Mataji, can you explain this point? I just want to be sure whether I've communicated this point. It's very, very important in a bhakti.
Hare Krishna Babuji. Yes, I understood. Like, whatever you want, like you have to create your own path and then you have to go what is important for you and not look into other things. Like we get distracted with so many things. So the Krishna consciousness will help you to choose your own path and look into that path and don't look around and apply the same. It's just the implementation of the Krishna consciousness.
Okay, thank you. Very nice. We've got one more very new person here joined us. Om Thakur, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. I think have we met with you with Avinash Prabhu's team? Is it?
Yeah.
That's right. Hare Krishna. So can you tell me what was I trying to say?
Prabhuji, like Srishti Mataji said, first we have to have a path, a good path with good people's association, so that we won't go to the path we do, or even think of the path we don't want to go. Because if we walk alone, we are not that highly trained or intelligent that we won't get distracted. So that's why we have to be with a good association. This is why the association is important. Even if we get distracted, they will keep us out from that distraction and
Very good.
walk with us and even drag us to the good path.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. This is the one thing, Path Prabhu, want to add something on this discussion?
No, Ro, I think it's nicely covered, but I would just say that the grass on the other side is always greener. But we forget. I think that is grass on the other side is always greener, but we need to remind ourselves. And you said that needs training to remind oneself of that grass. But if you're not that trained, then you can obviously have association of people who can tell you, oh, the grass on your side is also green as well. So just keep walking.
That's right. And this will, as I said, this happens even amongst devotees. This happens the most among devotees. So right now you are protected. You have to be safe. You should understand this protection. See, I can tell this to you. Okay. As I told, I started the conversation by saying there is somebody says something. He's saying something to you, right? If somebody is not saying something, he's still saying something to you, right? So when you understand the nitty-gritties of this, it's very simple. This concept is very simple. Then you understand. Always ask the question, why? Why is this person doing this to me? If you cannot understand, if you don't get an answer clear-cut, don't move. Take on to the next step. This is a free advice. This is a major Guru mantra in your life, personal life, and spiritual life. If you don't get a why answered, don't take the next step. You see, that is the reason why when people are outbound to disturb you, there is a reason behind it. And if you are a victim to that, then you're playing to them, their tune. They have won. But if you have your own path chosen and your association of devotees with you, on your path you don't respond to them, then you are not giving them the fodder there's a like to eat. And by not doing that, you are not fighting with them, but you're winning. What is a winning? What is your winning? Your peace of mind. Vajahure mana, Shinanda Nandana, Abhaya Charanaravinda. You see, then only we can do bhajan kriya. To have peace of mind, to do the bhajan kriya is very important. And for that, satisfaction is very important. Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev instructed me vehemently this, and I do not know why me. Of course, Maharaj was instructed, this is so many devotees. I do not know. So many disciples. I don't know. I'm only interested, Maharaj instructed me. Maharaj said this, Ambrish, in your programs, whoever comes to you, please, first thing you give them is satisfaction. Now, I'm not satisfied. How can I make people satisfied? So this is the blessings of the Guru. The genuine compassion. He said, before you give them philosophy, make them satisfied. So this is a practical implementation of that. Today, this group of people, devotees, who are trying to create so much disturbance to me, I'm not interested because my path is already chosen, Hare Krishna weekend, and we're already going there. Our programs are continuing, so we're not bothered there. You understand this? But if I don't have this Hare Krishna weekend as a setup, then I'll be victimized by them, isolated, singularly, alone. Yeah. So please, that's what I'm trying to say. Take advantage of this situation of Hare Krishna weekend. You have got your tutors. They are very well experienced devotees. And we come back to Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Only then, when we are satisfied, not disturbed, only then can we actually talk about, study Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, you will not. You will end up throwing stones at every dog who is barking at you. I'm telling you this. And what is it saying? If you throw stones at every dog who's barking at you, you will never be able to reach your destination, your goal. Is it not so? Instantly. Abhiram Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, are you there with us? You're not showing your face. You're showing us your boxing photograph. Hare Krishna, are you there with us, Prabhuji? Maybe he's gone to some boxing somewhere. Right. Anyway, what do you think, Shraddha Prabhu? This point? What do you think, Shraddha Prabhu? I'm asking you.
Sorry, Prabhuji, can you clarify the question?
Yeah, what do you think of this point? What I'm trying to say? Can you add to the discussion what I'm trying to say?
Sorry, Prabhuji, are you talking about making the use of all the resources we got? Is that?
Yes, and the most important thing is for satisfaction, what is needed? What is needed for satisfaction?
Prabhuji, just from the devotional point of view, actually means in your devotional life, that what is really needed is to actually follow the instructions, what we have been taught by, in Hare Krishna weekend and Guru Maharaj. And Maharaj actually taught one thing that is very important, that he always said that we have to learn how to become satisfied with what we have. So actually means even as Parth Prabhu said, grass is always greener on the other side. So we always means even I become victim of that, because we always hanker upon what we don't have, and we always think if you go here or if you go there, you will be better off. But we always miss the point. We always fail to recognize what we got here or with us. So that's actually what I realized, Prabhuji, listening to the discussion, that we always try to undermine what we are already got. So, we need to recognize, and Maharaj always says that, you need to be satisfied with what you have, and actually always focus on your main aim, that is to become a devotee. Yeah.
That's it. Become devotee. People will always be there to distract you. For whatever reason, they'll come and distract you. For no reason, they'll do it. This is a habit, I remember, Maharaj, I remember so many instances like this. One day, one evening, a group of disciples came and started to say something, who had just gone away, distracted, So somebody had given a letter to Maharaj. I said, no. He said, here, a letter from his disciple. I said, don't give me a letter. So read it. I said, I don't want to read it. Thank you. Take it away. That's so insulting. And Maharaj said, I've drawn a straight line. I remember this discussion Maharaj said at that time. Maharaj said, I've drawn a straight line and I expect everybody to walk this straight line. If not, You're happy to go, no problem. We are very happy, you can go, no problem, Maharaj said. So I'm very happy with what we have. So it's very enough. We've got few of us, enough. The fabric, the cloth is nicely woven by me. And we're working very hard to weave the cloth very nicely. So any disturbance, not interested. Maharaj said, in your program, you must always perform pure devotional service. So anybody who comes to talk of anything else will always be misfit and will go away. And this purity will always help you, even amongst devotees. I'm telling you this. So many examples. And then Maharaj said, after the person went, said, if I had taken the letter from him, then I have to read the letter. Then reading the letter again, my brain is unnecessarily, I get disturbed. Then I have to respond to the letter. Why all this? He said, I don't want to read the letter, take it away. You see? What did I say? Jis desh jana nahi, usko dekhna nahi. If you don't want to go somewhere, don't look at that. Full stop. Maharaj knows he's written not something very good. So why should I worry about it? He wants to talk to me, he'll come to me. Otherwise, don't worry. So similarly, people who are talking to me on my back, Abhishabu, this devotee is saying something like this, that is saying that way. I said, listen, in my face, he's very happily looking at me. But behind he speaks to me, why am I be bothered? I'm not interested. You see? And similarly, there were devotees, I remember, who came from Pakistan. They were all creating disturbance, And Maharaj did not even meet them. They're in Rajkot, Maharaj didn't even meet them. What? No need for me. Forget about it, It's okay. They were creating unnecessary disturbance, in a simple yatra. So always keep it very simple. Maharaj's concept is very simple. Don't try to complicate it, and don't allow anybody else to complicate it either. Because everybody wants a piece of your mind, and they will stay in your brain rent-free if you allow them to enter. It's a big art. And I've seen Maharaj would sit quietly alone in a room, alone, reading Bhagavatam with all the stress. And he would not even ask for 1 cent donation for temple, for this, for that. Maharaj would not ask this question. And he would say this way, if I want to construct temple, why should I become a beggar? Asking for money from people. So Maharaj said, this temple is for Krishna. And Krishna is the husband of the goddess of fortune. So if he wants to construct a temple, he'll construct it. Why should I become a beggar? Just sit and listen to this point. It's so important. And everybody asking for money nowadays, man. This donation for this, cow protection, this for that. Cow doesn't need protection. Just sit and think about it. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. We go and worship cow, correct? That means, whom do you worship? Somebody inferior or superior to you? Tell me, answer my question. Shushti, tell me, answer my question. Mother, whom do you worship? Somebody junior or senior to us?
Senior. Superior.
Right? Superior. So even if a person may be younger to us, but he is superior intelligence, we worship the person, right? So if we worship cow, then how can we say cow protection? You tell me. Bogus things. The concept is bogus. So one of my friends is a devotee. He used to be with Maharaj. Now he's left. He's doing on his own. He's saying, Prabhuji, this concept of cow protection also is completely wrong. Why? Cow doesn't need your protection. Thank you. You can serve the cow and get protection. And we then get money for cow protection. We recycle the money, we recycle the cow. So many things are going on. Nonsense. So it's very important that we have the association. Hare Krishna, we can. One of the main pillars, purpose for which it is started, is this association. So that where we don't have to think and go, we don't need to go, we don't even see there. We go our path. And to go with our path, unless we are strong enough, we cannot walk alone. That's why I require help from others. And that Sangha is Hare Krishna weekend. Krishna, sorry, again, it is my power is low. Please come and help. Sorry, he has to do some magic trick again. But Avinash, what do you think? You want to say something on this?
No, bro, you very nicely covered, bro. I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say, bro. I'm also learning. But yes, you all understand, devotees who are here, they all understand, and that's why they're here, that's why Hare Krishna weekend is created. But I still feel that I don't see any disturbance, Prabhu. I don't see disturbance. Well, I don't want to see disturbance. And maybe because whenever the disturbance, I go to you.
Sorry?
Whenever I have a disturbance, I go to you. I create disturbance to you. So yeah.
we make sure that nobody is distracted.
Yes. So I don't even look at it. I don't even think about them. I don't worry about them. And there is no craving that I should go and talk to them, make friends. So that helps, Prabhu. That's the reason why.
That's the thing. We can be focused. And it's working very hard. You also have to do this to your team. You have to protect them from all this so that they can focus upon their preaching, their bhakti. That's it. As I said, that if people say my problem is I cannot concentrate on chanting, that is easy problem. If they say my problem is that somebody is disturbing me, that's another problem. Okay. So Suchi Mata, you want to say something? She's writing Hare Krishna, I don't know.
Yes, but she can't turn on the camera, she wrote me. So Suchi, you can talk and tell him what you want to say.
I just wanted to say that I had this conversation with Avinash Prabhu also about the company and everything, and I totally agree to this point. Avinash Prabhu always, whenever he calls me or whenever we had a discussion, he always had the point that what should be or what consideration you should be having as far as this is concerned.
Yeah, good. As I said, with devotees also, it will come the most. Don't be under any illusion, So that's why this association is very important. Otherwise, you'll be distracted. You will end up throwing stones at everybody and you will lose your aim. So that's why the goal is very important to have. Our goal is to become devotee. Prabhupada is given goal to everybody, right? And we have to work on the goal. So we have to work on the goal. Become devotee, don't be distracted. And we can choose association and go on our path. Yes, here it is. Abhiram Prabhu, I can see you now. What do you think?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
First of all, I just came right now. I was driving when the time you're asking me.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the thing. Just get fresh up and everything, Yeah, Prabhu, it's true, today we met in temple and I think you left earlier, then I came. Okay. So that's happened, Prabhu. There are people, they will always put in your ears something. And what happened today, I'll tell you better fact. Once you left the temple, I'll give you an example. Prabhu, आपके सारे दोस्त लोग आए थे चले गए आप ही रह गए. So I tell a nice reply. Mataji, इस दुनिया में सभी लोग अभिराम के दोस्त हैं. सभी लोग अभिराम के दोस्त हैं. And it happens, the time when I landed in Auckland, Prabhu, it happens. Yeah. So होता ही है कि I'll tell you. अभिराम प्रभु आपके दोस्त लोग आए थे इधर चले गए. अरे कौन दोस्त? तो आए बाद में. अभिराम never went to them. अभिराम never went to them. But पता चला यही लोग जाके सत्संग में हरि बोल प्रसाद लेके आए. अभिराम को दिखा ही नहीं. फिर एक दिन ऐसा हुआ, प्रभु साउथ ऑकलैंड वाले आए थे, वो लोग गए, आपके सभी दोस्त लोग आए. बाद में पता चला अभिराम तो गया ही नहीं. बाद में पता चला यही लोग जाके दोस्त आ गए. So they are trying to break my concentration. Then today, आज मेरे को मुंह खोलना पड़ा प्रभु. That's one thing. See, देखिए, सभी लोग मेरे दोस्त हैं. सभी लोग मुझसे जो मुझे प्यार से बुलाएगा मैं आ जाऊंगा. That's it.
Very nice. That's how it is.
Yeah, that's it. That's happened today. मैं गाड़ी चला रहा था प्रभु. By that time, मैं सोच रहा था कि अगर मैं ये सब सोचूं और मैं अगर राइट लेन की जगह लेफ्ट लेन में घुमाऊं तो आई थिंक कल सुबह ही मैं घर पे पहुंचूंगा.
You'll go to the wrong direction.
Yeah. कि क्या लगा के रखा हुआ है? 2 दिन के लिए 2 मिनट के लिए हम जाते हैं मंदिर, उसमें भी इसका दोस्त उसका दोस्त, गैंग बाजी सब कुछ चलता है. I mean, I can't understand these people, never. That's the thing. And they go every day. Morning 4:30, 5:30 उनका मंगल आरती कभी मिस नहीं होता है. Okay. सब कुछ होने के बाद पता चलता है रिएक्शन हुई कि हाथी स्नान. We say Prabhupada had said already, elephant bath. Worried about your side. Don't worry about Abhiram. That's
Yes, that's it.
आज बराबर उन्होंने फोकस किया. Abhiram came after so much time. And in fact, अविनाश प्रभु ने बताया भी था जब हम प्रसाद ले रहे थे, प्रभु better be careful. कहाँ है अविनाश प्रभु?
Okay. So it is thank you, Prabhuji. So it's very important that we create our paths. But this is not what Prabhupada wanted. Okay, so I just want you to be made aware about the situation, to be sure in the material life and the spiritual life also. For Bhagavad Gita, you require time. That's why in our general WhatsApp group, I sometimes it takes me time. So I write down all those points and then explanations. It takes time. I read, you'll be surprised. I read all English and I read all Hindi. And I sometimes change also because not many people's understanding is that simple. And I request to say read again because most of people read in about 2 minutes finished. 2 minutes also very high, Some seconds they read a little and finish, They know where to go and it's finished. So we can do only so much. But it's very important to be satisfied is the biggest wealth you can get. It's not easy. It is not easy. And you require help for it. Please. You require help for it. And that's what we are doing. And I said, everyone, Hare Krishna weekend is open for everyone to come. And we don't discriminate from anybody. You will be doing it. Okay. All right. So I wanted you to understand this one point, today. All right. So before we end today's discussion, I'll spend the whole program in this one point. Can you tell me one thing which you picked up? Shushti Mother, we'll start with you. One thing which you picked up today in our discussion.
Yes.
And picked up how it will help your devotional service. Okay. What you picked up, which will help your devotional service. Excuse me. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. The thing which will help me in my devotional service is जहाँ जाना नहीं वहाँ देखना नहीं. So that is what I learned from. We should be aware that whatever is good for us and which will help us in our Krishna consciousness activity, that only we will implement. Other than that, we need to avoid those things.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, Om Thakur Prabhuji, please bataiye Om ji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, what I have learned today is to have a good association, and it is very important for you to be on the right path and not get distracted in your devotional journey.
Very good, very good. Hare Krishna. Yes, Path Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the class. Prabhu, what I learned was about keeping association, but most importantly, you said that there are like two roads, right? Two roads. There's also a famous poetry where Robert Frost, two roads diverge in the forest. But anyway, devotees before covered that जिस रास्ते जाना नहीं उधर देखना नहीं. But apart from that, अगर आप जिस रास्ते जा रहे हो and जो आपकी association है with the association that you're having, if I'm learning this, that if there is no bond or if there is no communication, like that association has to be maintained. It's not automatic. They're not, nobody's your slave, right? So I think even that association needs to be maintained, because if people are joining you, then that needs to be respected and that needs to be acknowledged, and the love has to be reciprocated with those people also. They have to be maintained as well. So what I'm learning, Prabhu, is to better communication. Like after this class, I'll try to better my communication skills with my mentor and with devotees in general. So yes, Prabhu, that's my realization and what I take
Thank
away.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Any one thing? Who else would like to go? Anyone else, please? If people are coming and going, their connection is not very good. Right. Okay, Dolly Mataji, I'll just start from here. Any one thing which you picked up today, which will help
Yes,
your bhakti?
Prabhuji. Yes, from today's class, how when you explained that we should just mind our own business, and otherwise we'll just keep our mind distracted all the time. And it's how helpful is that for our like devotional service if our mind is satisfied, if we are satisfied what we are doing, if we are 100% like we are on the right path. So it helps them. Definitely we need a peace of mind to understand the scriptures. Not just reading, but understanding is so important. It can only come with the satisfaction of the brain and the peace of mind, which we are practicing here.
Very nice, very nice. Because if you keep your ears open, then everybody will come and talk in your ears. You'll be distracted for everything. So better we close our ears, we choose. Good. Subham Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, what I learned from today's class is that if you are 100% sure about yourself, about myself, and no one will come to distract you, and that happens because you are in the strong association. Like what I've seen, I come across with many people, devotees, but they never ever dare to say anything about our group. There is a reason, because they know that he is in the strong association and the person won't go distract. So that is the importance of the association, what I see. Yeah. That's very, very important.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yes, Shuzam Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So what I think takeaway point for me means we had this realization from Maharaja's instruction that we should not let anybody live rent-free in our brain. So I used to think that we should not hold grudges, or we let it go, forget and forgive. But today is actually, in the way you shared your some of the pastimes of Maharaj, what I learned that is all right. We should not hold grudges, but we should also develop an art to foresee things, what could happen. Yeah. And actually we deflect them before it become a problem.
Yeah.
So that way.
Don't enter only.
Yes. So Maharaj, the way he actually managed that, he always protected his devotional service, and he protected his disciples. So yeah, I think that's art we should learn, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So he would not allow anything. If you allow somebody to enter, then there's a problem for him to go out, right?
Yes.
If you don't allow to enter only, just goodbye. I'm happy with what I'm doing now here. No, come. There's halwa and roti and sabji and all. No, my 2 rotis, dal is enough for me. Sabji, thank you. You go, Jairam ji, This is Maharaj. Very difficult, I'm telling you. And it happened. In Auckland, it happened with among disciples. All these people played so much politics. Maharaj told me that it was some of us said, this is disturbing our devotional service now. Maharaj said that is disturbing our devotional service. That's my devotional service. Maharaj said. Same people are still active even now, doing the same thing because they have not learned anything. And we have moved away long ago. Finished. See. So this, if you can have this art, if you can have this art of forcing through, you will save yourself so much trouble. And again, remember one thing: if we are not that strong enough that we can be alone, and the whole world is against you, the whole world is in Maya. You're also in Maya, struggling with yourself, but still. That's why we are association. So at least one can come and take shelter. That's why you will see so many other devotees are coming taking shelter with us, In Kirtan and all you saw, Yeah, more and more. So many are coming, so many are not. Verbally, you don't know in the background it is happening. Just the fact that, Hare Krishna weekend is there for me, That's it. That is enough for them to take the, fight of their own life. I'm telling you this. You require just okay. Sahara होता है ना, तिनके का सहारा भी काफी है डूबने वाले को, If I've told devotees, I'll support you. Don't worry. I'm with you. Just go swim. And they swam. They said, I'm happy. And we have so many old devotees talking about. They thanked me. Said, nobody has given me this. I did not do anything else. I just said, I'm with you. Go. And he knows, me with my whole team is with you. You go, I'm supporting you. That's it. A person is rolling back. This is Maharaj used to do this. Disciples don't know, many of them. Anyway, that's good. Good. Sanjay Prabhu, yes, please. What did you pick up one thing?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you. Yes, I feel very fortunate, Prabhuji, to be in the shelter, and this satisfaction I can see through my journey that when I came in contact with you, Prabhuji, I was in very bad shape, and not even spiritually, materially also, when well established and satisfied. But this protection that we're talking about, that because of that protection, I didn't get exposed to things. But people take this otherwise, this protection. They think that you are, he's very authoritative, or he's very like a dictator, and you don't think like that. It's for our protection, it's for our benefit. And this misunderstanding is very much also I realized. And so I feel that this the satisfaction point that you were talking about, Prabhuji, that is very, very important, because nowadays everybody is very distressed, and without satisfaction we can't even sit and open a book.
Yeah.
Because yes, Prabhuji.
Can't. They always told me these wrong things, Hitler and all those things. He wants to become guru. But I've told him, I'm not a guru. I don't want to become guru. Thank you very much. Good night and good luck. All I'm doing is protection, I'm following my guru's order. Make people satisfied. How do we make people satisfied? If we allow 10 people to come and talk to you in your ears, will you be satisfied? You tell me. What happened to Abhiram Prabhu here? The friends have gone. Why did somebody say like this? And you alone. Why do you say like this? Will you say like this to somebody?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the point. Nobody will speak to us when you're there.
No.
But when you're gone, they are there. चूहे बाद में बाहर आते हैं. तो हमने आया खाया पिया मस्त किया कैचनी किया गया प्रसाद खाया good. So this is a disturbance, and not everybody is like this. Unfortunately, it has become this way because lack of control, lack of sense control, lack of everything. Anyway, thank you very much. Krishna Das, want to help you?
Yeah. Before I speak, I think Sushi Mataji wrote something in the chat.
Yeah, Sushi Mataji wrote. Would you like to read, Prabhuji? Krishna Das, can you read it?
Yeah, one second. The one thing that I picked up today is the carefulness while choosing my priority, as in picking and choosing with time slots in general, so that my time is utilized to the fullest. Another thing, while associating with devotees and any other friends, there is necessity for choosing whom to share my time and effort. Hare Krishna. Necessity for choosing whom to share my time and effort with.
Yeah, Jai, wonderful. Thank you very much, Mother. Hare Krishna. You'll never go wrong by this. You'll never go wrong for this. Okay. Now, would you like to share what is the one point that you picked up today, please?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. I think one overriding thing that I've realized, and it's something that we've always been talking about in our programs, is the need to exercise your own intelligence. And we've always maintained that in the programs. If you hear all the lectures, we always talk about we have to utilize our own intelligence. There's no such thing as blindly following, or, when people come to the programs, we tell them where we're getting our information from, where our resources are coming from. And we encourage everyone to do the same, to read the same resources we're reading. And it's an open book. There's no there's no paywall, nothing. There's no barriers to entry, nothing like that. And so I think personally that if we utilize our intelligence, then we'll be able to navigate through personal life, devotional life, association in devotional life. That will all be much better. We obviously, everyone, if everyone is in a job, then they'll know all about office politics and everything, and they'll spend hours and hours and sleepless nights trying to understand blah blah blah. But somehow when it comes to spiritual life, these things kind of get left behind, and people don't utilize intelligence, and they don't see when they're being cheated or when they're not being cheated. And if there's someone that's genuine who want to help them in the devotional life, they don't see that either, or they make use of it and essentially cheat you. And so that doesn't happen with intelligence, and that doesn't happen when people utilize or try to have intelligence, and that comes with good association and with humbleness and humility as well. And so this is also a good platform for people to develop those skills, and also to advance in spiritual life, because all the resources that are being provided here are all the resources that are given directly by Srila Prabhupada. There's none of our own things going on. Everything is Srila Prabhupada books. Everything is in direct succession with the parampara. So everything can be traced back. And that's something that is very important, and something that we've tried to do for the last 21 years. So yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Yes, you come down now. Who's there now? Yes, Namrata Mataji, you have to say something? What did you pick up? One point?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It's already been shared with the devotees. I like to say that the same thing what you shared, Prabhuji, that if you don't want to go, my grandmother used to say that in Marathi, ज्या गावाला जायचं नाही त्या गावाची बस पकडायची नाही. It means what
you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So this is correct, Prabhuji, that if you want to do our own devotional service, we should focus on what we need to achieve. And for that, we need to have a good association. And I feel we can, since I'm in the wecan-mvg group, I feel that I'm at a good, with the nice association with the nice devotees, and I'm on a right path. There's a long way to go to achieve the destination, but at least I know that I'm on the correct path. So that's one thing, Prabhuji, I picked up today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. But keep your eyes and ears open. We may cheat you also, So don't close your eyes. You never know. I'm not perfect. Not perfect. Okay, I think we have completed. Miss anybody? All done.
I also picked up one more point.
Yes, Abhinav Prabhu. The two people saying something. Sorry.
Okay, Prabhuji can go ahead.
Sorry, who's saying?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mayuresh Prabhu, tell me.
One thing I picked up from the class, Prabhu, that same as Namrata Mataji, that we don't have to look the way we don't want to go, Prabhu. And this is very much applicable in devotional service and even in the material life also, Prabhu. Also, Prabhu, that people will go out of their way to create a disturbance in your devotional service. I have experienced this. So just this is a Kali Yuga. So you just tell yourself that this is bound to happen, and you just ignore it, and maybe proactively try to stay away from the subject. So that's what I'm doing, Prabhu. That
very good.
If I see that the discussion is going that way, I just change the subject or do something else. So yeah, bro.
Yes. Intelligently do this. Intelligently you must do this. If it goes into your ears, it goes into your head. Don't hear only. Forget about it. Nowadays social media is a big problem, Don't go to social media. No, finished.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, Aviram Prabhu, your turn now. You wanted to say? Haribol Aviram Prabhu? Okay, probably he is somewhere else. Okay, my wife wants to say. So from her.
Hare Krishna. I think everything that was said today is important. So it's very hard, first of all, to pick one thing. But I feel like if you correlate them, the first thing that stands out for me, if you want to survive in this material world, then I think it's a very important decision for you to make in your life who you want to depend on. Because once you depend on somebody, then that means your course of life kind of is dictated by who you depend on. So I feel that be the change which we have in Hare Krishna weekend is a very, very important thing. I have heard a lot of people just complaining about things, and it doesn't lead to anything. Whereas at Hare Krishna weekend, we always think that, okay, if we feel that something is not right, then let's do that right thing. And I think that has kind of been the heart of all of our activities, just to, everything and what Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev, how they have taught us, just try to keep that focus. So I feel coming back to this, because my grandfather used to say, जो दुसऱ्यावर अवलंबला त्याचा कार्यभाग बुडाला यमपुरीचा झाला पाहुणा तो. So who you depend on, Shastra says depend on Guru and Krishna, and of course depend on all us Vaishnava devotees, and in that we have to be very careful. If we depend on the right people, then our path becomes very easy. And sometimes we may forget to take the steps, but because we are in that association, then you can get like, it's a very funny analogy that I remember. Like if you are in a train in India and it's packed, and if you want to get down from the train is so packed, you don't have to get down, you just get pushed. So I remember that, like if you're with that flock of devotees who are like-minded and who have the same goal of life, then even if you falter or you are lagging behind, then you can get pushed, or in a nice way. So I think these points really stood out for me. Hare Krishna. And so one point that related to this, Srila Gurudev said that no retaliation is best retaliation. And we have actually been not only heard and taught, but we have very, very fortunately been able to somehow follow that instruction of Srila Gurudev. When the time is there for you to speak, you don't speak also sometimes. And when the time is there, when you can actually, when you may be correct or whatever, and still you don't, it makes a lot of difference. It just avoids so much of complications and everything else. And then you have a free heart to worry about the better things in life. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, just going to check again before we finish today's discussion. Today's program. Is Aviram Prabhu there? Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Your turn to say.
No, Prabhu. Because
what did you pick up today?
Yeah, I picked up a lot of things today. I have one point, but I'll say, first of all, this type of incident, when it happens, start ignoring these things. That is the thing. Because when they call me, I thought might be they required some help from me or something. But then when they start saying me, I just keep on moving. That's it. I just move to buy my car. Just, stop ignoring all these things and just leave it out. That's the thing. And then they realize that's what happens, Prabhu. That's what happened. Because if they have a guts, they can speak directly onto us. After when you go and when they speak, that doesn't matter, That's the thing. Okay. And I just keep moving. That's what I think. Yeah.
But
okay.
best.
Yeah.
When we don't listen to somebody, we don't hear anything. We are all good. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
yeah,
nice.
that's what the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Because sometimes what happened, we don't know why they are calling us or why they want to come to meet us. That's the thing. The moment I got the subject matter, I was okay. You go and happy. I'll go. I have to go because I have some other appointments. I have to miss the lectures and everything. That's it. That's it. Stop ignoring. That's it. Because there is this type of talks doesn't matter, Prabhu. This type of, and in fact, I think few days before I had posted somewhere that words and messages, Facebook messages doesn't matter. Actions is much more required. Actions is always stronger. Yes, and I believe in that. That's absolutely. And one thing I know, Rabindranath Tagore had told, "Jodi keu na chole sate, tabe ekla chalo." That's it. I believe in that. That's it.
Ekla chalo re. Walk alone.
Thank you.
This is a very famous Bengali. Ekla chalo re. Ekla chalo. Walk alone.
Okay.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Okay, so now whose turn is it to sing? Maharaj, please. I'm sorry, before I do. Anyone wants to say anything else? Please, I'm waiting. You have got time. We are 10 minutes overdue, but don't worry. If you want to say something, please feel free. You've got enough time, don't worry. If you want to say something, please feel free. Okay, all right. So now whose turn is it to sing? Maharaj, please hear us.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it's Madhav's turn.
It is Hare Krishna. Madhav's turn. Hare Krishna, Madhav.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Do you still have the star here on your cheek? You are a star today, eh? Madhav is a star today. Well done. Okay, Madhav, say very nicely with nice actions, all right? One, very good. One.
Maharaj, please hear us.
Maharaj, please hear us.
We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
And today for you we will sing.
And today for you we will sing.
And if a room is clean,
if a room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
if our mind is clean,
we can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
if our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are dirty,
and if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time
is
the greatest crime. Because wasted time means a wasted mind.
It's a wasted mind.
So best use your time.
So best use your time
when you're in your prime.
when you are in your prime.
And your whole life
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone, then there is nothing wrong. And if your health is gone, that's a different song. If your characters die, then the world will cry. Only saintly behavior, that humanity thrives. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna.
We must always remember Krishna
And never forget him too.
and never forget him too. But how
are we
to practice this with
so many things to do?
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
That is the greatest question.
That is the greatest question.
And here's the greatest clue.
And here is the greatest clue. You must work.
You must learn.
Work. You must work so nicely that Krishna
remembers you.
You must work to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you. So
listen very closely.
So listen very closely.
And make your thinking sharp.
And make your thinking sharp. Let's learn
how we can live and
work so Krishna won't
depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something sees tomorrow,
If something's due tomorrow,
finish it today.
Finish it today.
And whatever is due today,
And whatever it's due today,
do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy.
Your friends might be lazy.
Or doing bad things.
Or doing bad things.
But you think again.
But you think again.
Don't follow them.
Don't follow them.
And you'll win the end.
And you will win the end.
Whatever work we're given.
Whatever work we're given.
We do our very best.
We do our very best. We only
live with
what we need and give Krishna
the rest.
We only live with what need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play.
Learn to live this way.
Say Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way. See Krishna every day.
And when our time is up, He takes us above.
We sing
to Him with a heart full of love.
And when our time is up, He'll take us up above. We sing and dance with Him with the heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's name, His glories and His fame.
The only way this
world will ever become same.
So chant Krishna's name, His glories and His fame. It's the only way this world will ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question.
Now please ask this greatest question.
And find this greatest clue.
And find this greatest clue.
You can only remember Krishna.
You can only remember Krishna.
If Krishna remembers you.
If Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai.
Jai.
Jai. His Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shishananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Shinitai God Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutareshwati Mahavishnu Goswami Tinamine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutareshwati
Jai Sri Chaitanya Prabhu.
Jai. Hare Krishna. So,
Hare Krishna
very
Prabhuji.
nice. We will see you, Krishna willing. We had very wonderful programs today, 2 programs. Krishna willing, we'll see you next week. Same place, same time. Till then, what we discussed today, what we sung today, meditate upon it, what we discussed today, and your realization, which you have meditated upon it today, 1 more week. That'll help you. Till then, chant Hare Krishna, and we'll see you next week, Krishna willing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Navina. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Hare Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Madhav. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Subhadra. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.